Hello and welcome to Myra's Crafting Playground. Gosh, that just doesn't roll off my tongue this late at night. Anyhow, today is day 13. Day 13. Happy birthday to my grandmother who passed away many years ago, but it would be her birthday today. Happy birthday to my co-conspirator, Shelley. It's her birthday today. And happy birthday to Clive, who is the husband of a friend of mine. So it's kind of a busy day for birthdays today. Who would have thunk? A 13th of the month, and there are so many birthdays. So we have the elf hat today, complete with all our jingles and jangles, but that's because we have the elf sweater on right down to the toes, and I had to show that off. I'm sorry. I actually did a matchy-matchy, so I just thought you'd like to know that. So today was my last Christmas fair, and I kind of feel like the pressure's off. I don't know. I think my mojo was kind of stuck in a bad place. But things change, right? Good days, bad days, whatever. Anyway, so I have a little cutie for you today. This stamp set here, Festive Friends. It's kind of creepy cute. I don't know what gets me about this one, but I'm putting it on the creepy cute scale. I don't know, the characters are fun, and yet there's something just a little bit off about them. I don't know what it is, but for me they're creepy cute. Anyhow, what's great about this is if you buy the bundle, you actually get the outline to cut these babies out. So you can have creepy cute characters everywhere. So I absolutely love them. So, okay, so we're using this today, Festive Friends. I'm breaking out the Nested Essentials dies, and those are the two that I'm using there, even though they come with a sort of that, I don't know, diamond shape, but it's kind of funky, and there's some banners there too. This may actually be retired, I'm not sure, but my creepy cute friends come with, in the bundle, I can't hold it up because all the dies will fall out, but they do come with a tag die, but it cuts out a hole in the top, and I didn't want that. I did, however, use their little rectangular piece, which has those little diamond cuts, which actually match the diamond cut here, but anyhow, what can I say? And while I have this open so I can put it away, I did use the snowflake, which is also, you'll see, that's a very cute shaped snowflake. Okay, so we're using the Festive Friends, the Nested Essentials, and I'm breaking out the designer paper again from the Christmas tags and more. That one plaid that I've got one right here, because you know what? We're going to be making a card in a minute, right? So this plaid here, I don't know. There's something very kitcheny about this. I love this plaid. And we're going to use that again today. So I've got that happening. And what did I just drop? Rulers. Me and my rulers. Okay. By the way, I got my favorite ruler back up here. I love this ruler because it's end to end. So at the end of the ruler is where the measurement starts, and I think that's what throws me off with the other rulers. But this one is end to end, and you're going to ask me what brand it is. Can I tell you? It's just not Stampin' Up. Do I have to tell you what it is? Perhaps I could accidentally slide it over there, and you might see it under my name. Okay, anyway, that's my favorite ruler. Anyhow, never mind. So, today's card, Mr. Creepy Cute Snowman, because he's just a creepy cute snowman, and I like him. And then when you open up the card, it just sits there like that. And I used the verse again from the Snowflake Kisses, and that's the one that says, "May the chill of winter be warmed by love and friendship." And I figure if you've got a snowman made of snow, the verse is appropriate. I'm sorry. But anyhow, and then I added on some of the traditional sequins again, and you'll see how we put this together. So, oh, the one thing I didn't pre-cut is the ribbon. That's okay. We'll work on it. Anyhow, let's go down to the table and put this one together. So let me just reposition myself here just a moment, and we'll get right down there. Right down there. I could tell you a funny story that you might not find so funny, but we'll see, because crazy things sometimes go on in Santa's workshop. So let's put this card over here so you can see it. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that black. That was when I dropped my stamp pad. Oh my goodness, when I was stamping. Not good. Okay, so we started by cutting our cardstock, and I cut it lengthwise, so it's 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4 to give us that tint appearance. So it's scored there, and again 2 3/4. So that gives us our tint here. And if you know me, I like to get rid of pieces, so let's get rid of some pieces. I'm going to start by getting rid of my centerpiece by just popping that in there. So we'll break out the stamp and seal. And do you see how bad I am working right on top of my project? Oh my goodness. You know what happens? Never mind. We're not going to jinx anything. Never mind. Those little elves like playing tricks sometimes, and I'm just not in the mood for one of them. And look at that. Some of this elf's gray hair gets stuck in there. That might be good for somebody looking to put a voodoo on me. All right, so we got that in there. And just because I am actually going to go ahead and stamp, and you might be saying to yourself, well, Myra, why didn't you stamp it first just in case you made a boo-boo? And that's because I have full and utmost confidence in my ability to stamp it right. How's that? How's that? So I'm going to put this right about here and just give it a minute for that extra minute of confidence. I'm going to put that down. There you go. Look at that. Woohoo! All right. Okay, so we can remove the ink. We can remove the stamp pad. We're getting down here. So I'm going to put this aside for a minute and put some more pieces together. So first we're going to put our designer series paper. Now I have this, green mat, so you could actually, depending on what card you're making, you could actually put the designer paper right on the red. But what would happen is that when you tint it up, and this is sitting up here, the designer series paper isn't really thick enough to give, like the green paper gives it more support. So this is, more cardboardy up here than if you just had a piece of DSP hanging there. It'd be kind of floppy. So nobody wants a floppy card, right? Okay, then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it exactly the way I made my other card. So I'm not a fan of doing this, and by this I mean putting my glue on my card base. I'd much prefer to put it on my the piece that I'm attaching rather than the piece I'm attaching it to. Now that, you might think, doesn't make that much sense. But I don't want glue to be overexposed from where I wasn't going to put it, is what I was leaning towards. So I'm going to put this, like, see, now I have to go down to the bottom of my glue line, whether that's where I want it to be or not, but it's fine in this case. I'm trying to push it over a bit, and could actually be a bit lower. Who knew? All right, I'm happy with that. Okay, so there we have our tent card already. Look at us just bombing along. Now, normally I'd put the ribbon behind there, but I didn't. I put it around the back in the middle and actually tied a knot in front. So I'm just going to do that again. It worked out well the first time. Why wouldn't it work out again? So I have these lovely ribbon spools hanging on my wall here. So you can see me. Oh no, you can't see me. You just see my arms. Ha ha ha. All right. I'm going to just chop that. So I'm going to bring that just around the back, and I'm going to, I cut it a little long, just so that, you know, it's always much better to have it too long than too short, although I appreciate the waste factor, and that's W-A-S-T-E as opposed to W-A-I-S-T, which most of us are thinking about now as we eat all those lovely Christmas cookies. My favorite right about now is the Toblerone bar. Oh my goodness, way too much. And the lovely Amish ladies, Gracie's Cookies. Oh, I just go bizarre over their melting moments. Okay, so we've trimmed that up. So we have that happening. Look at us go. This is going to be a nice, easy, well done card. Moving along just fine. Now the one thing I'm going to do is, whoopsie, ha, alright, wouldn't you know, I'm missing a part. It probably got stuck on my sleeve somewhere. Oh dear. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. What I had done was I had cut 2 of these just to add some strength to that. But I can tell you it is nowhere to be found. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, we're in business. So as I was saying, I was just trying to add some strength to this paper, so I cut 2, and I'm just going to layer them right on top of each other. Whoopsie, I'm going to add some white glue here, and I'm going to put them together. Make sure I've got that lined up. While the glue is still wet, it can slide a little bit. You've got a little bit of maneuvering room until it sets. So I'm just going to let that a little bit firmer. And I'm going to do the same thing here with my snowflakes. So I've cut 2 because I just, again, it's supporting the front of the card and it's layered up a bit, so I want them, let's get this pin in here before this dries on me. But I want them to just be tough enough so that they can take any abuse of the card being pushed up against, being pushed up so it sits up pretty. So we're just going to put that together. Okay. So on the back of this, I had a couple dimensionals. So I'll add them on, just like that. And on the back of the snowflake, I put one right in the center as well. So I'm going to put this right on top of the verse, so that when the card is sitting in the open position, this holds up the top and you see the verse. And there's lots of room if you wanted a more private message that you could write up on top of this. So I'm just going to pop this right in the center like that. And of course the glue from the dimensional is exposed, so I'm going to take one of my traditional sequins, a nice big red one here, and I'm going to pop that right in the center. So we're good to go like that. So all we have left is our focal point. So we're just going to put this together. Look how quickly this card is coming together. So my head's right over it. I'm trying to make sure I got a nice square look to it here, and it's a little bit wonky. All right, so that works, and I can put this on my card base. I'm just looking to eliminate the pieces so that less to work with on the desktop, you know? That's just my thing. Too many pieces sometimes just makes me feel overwhelmed, and it's like, oh, I'm never going to finish this. There's so many pieces. But you know, when you get rid of some of them. Now this will also, so because my ribbon is around the back, and it's not really secure, like if I wanted to, I could totally pick up my ribbon and take it off the card. But that's not something I want to do. So I have put the tape on the back of the focal point, and when I put that down, that is just going to grab the ribbon as well. And so when it sits up, it's going to hang on to the ribbon and the card. All right, what's left? Mr. Snowman. Okay, so, whoops, get my scissors out of the way here. So we have just the snowman to finish, and for that I have two colors here. I've used my Timid Tiger, which is one of our new in colors, for his nose. You can use Pumpkin Pie as well. I just grabbed Timid Tiger. And then I'm just going to color in his hat and scarf with our alcohol blends, our Stampin' Blends. Now, if you don't know by now, our markers are going the way of the dodo bird, which is a little bit unfortunate, I think. There are some stamping techniques that a lot of people like to do with markers, but alcohol inks are currently trendy, and they leave a nice smooth finish. There's never any streaking in your work. And if you wanted to do shading and add a whole bunch of depth to the coloring, it's best to, you know, put in what color you want to start with, and when you're adding other colors, let it dry in between so that you can, otherwise sometimes the color that you're adding disappears. So that's it. That's our coloring. Now what I did do is I added Wink of Stella. So what Wink of Stella does is, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this or not, but Wink of Stella adds, it's like a glitter pen. That's the best way to describe it. It's like a glitter pen. So because Mr. Frosty here is made from snow, and my glitter pen is empty. Did you hear that? Yeah, so let's see if we can get just enough to finish off Mr. Frosty here. Since he's made of snow, and snow tends to be crystalline, I'm just going to color him in, trying not to grab the marker, because the Wink of Stella might really drag out the red, and that's not what I want. So I'm staying away from the edges as best as I can, and just adding. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to show you that or not. Let's see if we can catch the light. No, I don't think you can tell. Well, in person, there is a bit of glitter. I'm going to do the same thing on my snowflake. I'm just going to add. And of course that could be too, because my pen is at its end. I think as this video ends, so will the life of my Wink of Stella pen, and I'll have to break out a new one or order a new one. But anyway. Okay, so we have Frosty, and we're just going to grab some, say goodbye Wink of Stella, some dimensionals again, and I'm going to pop him up as well. And like I've said to you, you never throw out this. What might look like garbage to you here is not garbage. All of this can be trimmed and used, so never, never, never waste that away. And we're going to pop Frosty on his focal point here on the card. All right. Frosty the Snowman. Okay, and there you have it. Today's card. We have Mr. and maybe Mrs. Frosty. I don't know. Maybe I should have done them in different colors. But there you have it. How's that? Cute little cards. I'd be happy to receive one of those. And I hope you enjoyed that and maybe enjoy making it too. So thanks very much, and have a great weekend. Oh, never mind. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye now.